One of the biggest gripes from Cubs fans, I guess, is that, you didn't win another one with that core of you guys. How much do you think about that? You guys obviously were looked and primed and ready to go forward and continue up on a run. A little disappointing that that didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that. I got that a lot, especially playing there. I think in 17 we rolled it back, and we're definitely World Series hangover. Anyone who wants to say there's no such thing as a hangover is crazy, because you look at that mountain the next year, and I'm looking up at it, and I'm like,
Daunting.
bro, I'm like, there's no way I'm climbing this thing again. But you do, right? And you realize how hard it is, because you just you come off this insane high, the biggest high you'll ever feel in the sports world. And then you're like, all right, now I got to go and climb all the way up there again. And you're like, all right, let's do this. So we were kind of zombie mode early on in the season. And then after the All-Star break, we really clicked into gear. And again, we went, we played the Nationals in a 5-game series. We took them to game 5, or they took us to game 5. We beat them on a really good series, really good game. And I think Strasburg was starting. He was insane that year. But we win. It's like 2 in the morning. We don't get out of DC. We're playing the Dodgers the next day now. So we're flying to LA from DC. We don't get out of there till like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Flying to LA, something happens on our plane to where we have to abort and divert to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we land in Albuquerque at like 9 a.m. The flight attendants and the pilots can't fly because there's restrictions. So we had to wait for someone. So we didn't get to LA till like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then we rolled in, and we had leads in all those games for the most part. And they were just the better team. So, I mean, you leave it all on the field, you do everything you can. And it's like, yeah, could we have won more? Yeah. But it's like, what team has really won back to back? First off, no one has since the Yankees. And it just didn't work out.
I just feel like there's a part of you a little bit that's kind of like what could have been if the front office had maybe made some more free agency signings throughout those years, gone and got some big guys that really help you guys out.
We went and got Wade Davis in 17, who was one of the best closers in the game, and he was amazing for us. I mean, we had a great team in 17. 18, there wasn't a lot of all-in spending, and when I say all-in, we were all in. I mean, we had a huge payroll. We had our full core impact. We had a great pitching staff, but it's literally the difference of getting that Aroldis Chapman at the trade deadline and not for teams when you're that good. It's like that boost, like I said earlier, is everything to a team, because it just kind of validates your success, and it just gives you that little push, like, hey, like we believe in you more. I say it all the time, like, you can believe in yourself all you want, but you need to give love to the big boys, because you think everyone, the superstar, is just all hunky-dory, but he grinds just as much as the lesser player. Yeah.
As the trade deadline comes around like this, you see your team start to make some moves, it really does give you guys internally a big boost when you go out and grab some pieces and add some pieces, huh?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, we were in 2016 and we were the best team. And then we go out and get the best closer, Aroldis Chapman, and we're just like, holy shit, no one's going to beat us. And then there's years where we're in that same position and they don't give us that boost. Yeah. And it's just in the clubhouse, you're like, what are we doing? And it's no disrespect to the guys they bring in, right? Because the guys they bring in are helping our team, but there have been years where there's guys out there that we know we can go get that, maybe the front office doesn't, the front offices don't align or whatnot. But when you get that big piece, it's
a huge shot in the arm.
Oh yeah. I mean, even sitting back watching, I call some of my boys that are playing, and it's just like, you see them April, May, they're all kind of giddy. They still a long year left. June hits, like, all right, it's almost the All-Star break. July, you're just in zombie mode, right? July, August. It's like, it's just, you get into that zombie mode to start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. And the trade deadline is one of those lights.
Such a long season, so many games to have that little boost and have that, you gotta have to need that. I know for a football season, as it gets to week 14, 15, you're fucking in the thick of it. You're ready for a mix up, a change a little bit, anything to try and keep your spirits high and keep you going through that, because it's the grind is insane.
Yeah. It's 162 with 12 days off throughout the year. So 2 a month it averages. So Yeah, you got to stay sane in baseball. And I've said it my whole career. I celebrate every holiday during the season. I don't care if we have a 7 a.m. game the next day. If it's 4th of July and I'm celebrating 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, all the holidays throughout the summer. But yeah, towards the end, it's just, especially like being on a losing team, you start planning your vacation. If you're in limbo, you don't really know what you're doing. Even when you're really good on good teams, it's like you kind of just go through that zombie mode. But that's what separates the big boys.
No doubt. Becoming the face of the Cubs organization, though, what did it mean to you to be the guy during that period of the rebuilding all the way back to, obviously the top of the mountain that we talked about?
It's cool because Theo Epstein drafted me in Chicago, right? And his group, Jason McLeod, Jed Hoyer. And Jason McLeod and Jed Hoyer went to San Diego, and Theo traded me to San Diego. So it was the same guys, and then they left and went to the Cubs, and then Theo was at the Cubs. So they traded back for me. And I got called up in San Diego, and I sucked. Couldn't hit a fastball. Couldn't hit anything over 90 miles an hour. So that offseason, I knew I had to make adjustments, and they still believed in me, and they traded for me that offseason to Chicago. So I'm an East Coast biased guy. I don't love the West Coast. I mean, I do now as I got older, but when I was in San Diego, I was like, I'm 3 hours away from home. I'm done with the game. I can't call home. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. So getting traded to Chicago was like, holy shit, this is like Wrigley Field. Joe Madden used to say there's 5 levels of players, like happy to be here, trying to establish yourself, trying to make money, being a good teammate. And there was one other one. And he's like, what level are you at? So you go through every level, but being on that team, being terrible and then getting good was the most rewarding thing ever, because you saw guys come and go. Then you saw the core that was being developed. You saw when I first got there, it was like Otis, rest in peace, our old clubhouse manager. They'd be rolling balls out in grocery cart, shopping cart things. I'm like, Otis, can we get like the regular like ball holders like that every other team is? Oh, this is the way we've always done it. And I looked at him and I go, we haven't won here in 100 years. Shouldn't we change something? Like, shouldn't we maybe not say this is the way we've always done it? Because that's what the mantra was when I first got to Chicago. It was like, oh, well, this is how we've always done it. And I was always like, I don't understand why you guys say that. We haven't won. So kind of changing that culture to the lovable losers to the expected winners, right? You change the whole fan base over that 3, 4, 5 year run of people wait till next year to like, no, this is our year. So, I mean, it was a special time.
No, it's got to be, for sure. To see it go through both phases of all of it's got to be like, this is what it's all about.
Yep.
To see it go from one point and then completely shift and change the culture and be a huge part of that. 2021, the core gets broken up. You, Baez, Kris Bryant, all traded. How frustrating was that moment for you, and how hard was it to go to another team? It's got to be a big shock a little bit to the system.
It was, I mean, that was an emotional time for sure. Didn't really think I was getting traded. You get called in. There's a lot of rumors about going to the Red Sox. That's where I got drafted. So I was really excited about that. One of my best friends in the world works for sponsorships for the Yankees. So we'd always joke around like, oh, like it'd be cool to play for the Yankees, but never thought I'd be going there. And then they called me in the office, which was like, oh shit, like your heart drops. Like, this is all I know, Chicago, right? Like, I built my whole career here, met my wife here, like, and then they go, hey, we're trading you. And you're like, what? Like, we were just talking about doing a deal, like, and now you're trading me. So it was definitely uneasy, but then you find out it's the Yankees. I was like, holy shit. I grew up a Yankee fan. I was like, everyone grew up a Yankee fan. After the dust settled, it was great. But that first like 24 hours was like, what the f? Thank God the Yankees were in Miami and I'm from down here. So I got to come home and like kind of decompress at my house. And I didn't stay at the team hotel. I stayed at my house. I always do when we come here. And I was able to just like kind of like relax for like 48 to 72 hours while still going to play. You have to feel that it's baseball, but you're moving all your shit. You're going from Chicago to New York. You have everything's ingrained in Chicago. No idea where I'm living in New York. Loved going to New York as a player, loved leaving.
Yeah.
Because you'd stay right in the heart. It was too much. But once we got settled there, it was honestly, that trade was the best thing that ever happened to me.